Right, hello friends. Well, it's the 4th of January, so it's about time to have a wander around the garden. It's about 0 degrees centigrade, nice sunny day, but it's a bit nippy, so I'll just do a little wander around and it'll just be a short video of the garden. Right, okay, so let's get started. Right, on this little table we've got a few little trees that I'm trying to bonsai. So that's there. I think we'll just wander around the side first. Well, perhaps if I just mention, in the conservatory, I don't put any heating on in the conservatory, and some of the plants in here, I think not really liking the cold nights. So it's what I'd call a money plant. I'm sure it's got a proper name. That's sort of okay. The lemon, yeah, that's lemon. Lemon's doing okay, but the orange doesn't like the cold nights. The leaves are a bit curling up. A few little, the orange, I say, doesn't like the cold. A few little oranges on there. Got a few little seedlings, but we'll plant more this month. Stephen wants to grow some big onions, so we'll do that. So that's in the conservatory, but I just wander around the side, as I say, trying to grow some little plants for the Abbeydale Garden Club sale in the end of April. We raise money for the club, and that keeps us going for the year, really. So we need to have plenty of plants to sell. So in a couple of little plastic greenhouses, they've got some things growing. I don't know whether they'll be appropriate for the April sale. I'll plant a lot more, but trouble is with planting, if I plant them at sort of February, March time, they're not really big enough to sell, but I'm hoping some of these will get bigger. Some of them are agapanthuses and they take ages to come to fruition, so they'll still be pretty small, but got a few other things growing in there. This is the rhododendron I was given. Some of the leaves are suffering with the cold. It was very cold last night, probably the coldest night so far this year, about -4 or something like that, but most of it's surviving. It's in a pot. I think it'll be alright. So let's just have a wander around. And where we had the tomatoes, where we had a sort of little greenhouse, haven't taken that, well, I've taken the covering off, but I haven't taken it down, so probably in maybe February I'll take that down, try and tidy it all up. I'm not sure where to put this greenhouse. I think mainly I want it for seedlings, so I've got a few rows in there. The great big cotoneaster still got some berries on. It was really dry earlier in the year and then really wet, so the berries aren't quite as spectacular as some years, but not bad. Then we've got the canna lily, which I was really impressed with last year. The seeds sort of dissolved. They didn't really do anything very much, but so there's all sort of dried up, but there's a few little things trying to spike up there. So maybe it's canna lily, I don't know. Maybe it lives somewhere where it gets cold in the winters. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we've got, I think that one of these is a mulberry, I think. Along there, we've got a little pond here. Then we've got a hibiscus, which, because it's got a bit more sun on it, I'm hoping will be a bit better this year. Viburnum in the back there. It's one of the things that does flower in the winter, but it's sort of pinkish little flower. It's got quite a strong smell to it, but it's a bit sweet, and it's not really my favourite. But it is a little bit of colour in the winter, so. And viburnums seem to cope on our clay. Then we've got the mulberry, which I want my grandson to be able to run round and round. So maybe we'll get some mulberries this year. Then one of the projects this year is try and do better on the veg. So this area here is going to be the veg garden. We got some carrots for Christmas. Stephen cooked Christmas lunch, and we had some homegrown things, but produce, I don't know. We got runner beans. We got loads and loads of runner beans, so we could plant some of the runner beans again. Bonfire over there. So yeah, that's one project, is to try and rotivate it, but it's a bit like porridge. It's very, very wet, and so it clogs up the little mini rotivator I've got. But and I imagine with the frost, I did a little bit of digging, but yeah, it's almost diggable. Right, and this is Stephen's pond. The other task I'd like to do this year is have another pond on the bank, up there, and then flowing into the pond. I don't know if it's going to be practical, but it's a sort of ambition. One of our caravans, the podiatrist who visits Janine, the man that does her feet, was quite interested in purchasing the caravan, so that might go. Otherwise, I'm wanting two of my grandchildren, Matthew and Alex, to do it up and sell it in the spring. That'll go a little more space. The other bit of space I'm hoping to achieve is I'm hoping one of my other grandsons is able to move his car there. It's basically bodywork's gone, unfortunately, but that will create a bit of space. I might put the sort of plasticky greenhouse there, but I'm not sure. It doesn't get a lot of sun, so I'm not sure where to put it. Any advice would be appreciated. And then I'll just have a look at this wall. This is the extension here. That rose is quite good, but it probably needs a bit more tying in, a couple more hooks. Yesterday, on 3rd of January, that's a wisteria going grey. Trying to screw up there. I've got some wires higher up, and then that's the bathroom, and then round there is above the kitchen is Janine's room. It's a Sunday, so she has a bath on Sunday, and she's asleep at the moment, but that's where Janine's room is. So I think that's it. A good Christmas. Lots of family around. We got Janine down, but it was quite tiring for her. So on New Year's Day, she had a lot of her retired nurse friends who came around. Oh, you can see it's cold down on that chair. That's ice. So it is definitely cold. I think it was in the wheelbarrow and I moved it. Right, so anyway, that's just a quick video. A bit cold. It's that's the garden. Still worrying about the tragedy in Ukraine and Putin's imperialistic ambitions. It looks like Trump's captured Maduro, which I think on balance is probably a good thing. I mean, I'm all for sort of freedom. I'm anti-dictators. I don't like Big Brother in 1984. I think people can usually decide what's best for them and their families rather than government deciding for them. And Iran, Persia, maybe at last they'll get rid of that dreadful regime that they've got and have a bit of a better life. I don't like dictators, don't like bullies. Okay, well, enough politics. So yes, I'll do a video in February, and then probably in March we'll have a few daffodils, and it'll be all hands to the pump to try and get plants for the Abbeydale Garden Sale in the end of April. So cheers everybody, wishing you a happy new year, and bye from a rather chilly Gloucestershire. Cheers everybody, bye.